Today we're going to be singing some worship, reading a Bible story, and then we're going to get to do a craft. Now let's have fun today and enjoy learning about God, yeah?
Disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. All right, get ready. Here we go. Run. Here we go. Clap your hands. Here we go. Go, 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 go. Here we go. Are you ready? Hold up your hands now. Go. Let's go. Let's go. Go. Hey, hey, hey. Woo. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Are you ready? 'Cause here we go. Run. Here we go. Clap your hands. Here we go. Go, 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 go. Here we go. Come on. Now hold them up. Go. Let's go. Let's go. Go. Hey, hey, hey. Woo. All right, let's do it all one more time. Are you ready? Here we go. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. All right, all right. Here we go. Run with me. Here we go. Clap your hands. Here we go. Go, 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 go. Here we go. All right, hold up your hands. Hey, go. Let's go. Let's go. Go. Let's do it all again. Go. Let's go. Let's go. Go. Hey, hey, hey. Come on. Here we go. Come on with me. Here we go. Do not be afraid. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, go.
Store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. Store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. For where your So where your treasure is, your heart will be also.
Hey kids, we are going to read a story from the Jesus Storybook Bible. Let's get into it. The story that we'll be reading is A New Beginning, which is the story of Noah's Ark from Genesis 6 through 9. Time passed and many people filled the earth. Everyone everywhere had forgotten about God and were only doing bad things all the time. God's heart was filled with pain when he saw what had happened to the world that he loved. The Lord was grieved because all except Noah had turned away from him. Now, Noah was God's friend, which was odd in those days because no one else was. Noah listened to God. He talked to God. He just loved being with God, like you do with your best friend. Noah, God said, things have gone wrong. People have filled my world with hate instead of love. They are destroying themselves and each other and my world. I must stop them. First, we'll build an ark. Do you know how to build an ark? Well, neither did Noah, but luckily God did, and he would show them. A storm is coming, God told Noah, but I will rescue you, I promise. I'll send the animals to you, ones that creep and crawl and slither and slime and gallop and hop and bound and climb. And don't forget to pack everyone's food. The storm was going to wash away all the hate and sadness and everything that had gone wrong and make the world clean again. God had thought up a way to keep Noah safe, but Noah would have to trust God and do exactly what God told him. So Noah built an ark, which is short for a very large boat. Noah's neighbors came out to watch and point and laugh because they didn't believe Noah about the boat or the storm or needing to be rescued. And Noah must have looked rather silly. His boat was in the desert. The desert was nowhere near the sea, and there wasn't even a cloud in the sky. Why would anyone need an umbrella, let alone a boat? But Noah didn't mind so much what other people thought. He minded what God thought, so he just did what God told him to do. When the ark was ready, God said, "All aboard!" And Noah's family and all the animals climbed inside. Then God shut the door. And it started to rain for minutes that joined up into hours, that joined up into days, that joined up into weeks and weeks. And the rain joined up into puddles, that joined up into rivers, that joined up into lakes, that joined up into a flood that covered the whole world. Their boat that had once seemed so big suddenly seemed very small. But in the middle of the huge storm, in the crashing waves, and all the thunder and lightning, through it all, God was with them, and God kept them safe for 40 long days and 40 long nights. Finally, the rain stopped. The sun came out, and Noah threw open all the windows, yelling, "Hooray!" Noah sent his dove out to explore, and it wasn't long before she brought him back a fresh olive leaf. Everyone knew exactly what that meant. She had found a tree and land, which meant that the water was going down. At last, the boat landed quite suddenly on top of a great mountain. As soon as it was safe, God said, "Out you come!" And so they did. Everyone skipping and dancing onto dry land. The first thing Noah did was to thank God for rescuing them, just as he had promised. And the first thing God did was make another promise. I won't ever destroy the world again. And like a warrior who puts away his bow and arrow at the end of a great battle, God said, "See, I have hung up my bow in the clouds." And there in the clouds, just where the storm meets the sun, was a beautiful bow made of light. It was a new beginning in God's world. It wasn't long before everything went wrong again, but God wasn't surprised. He knew that this would happen. That's why, before the beginning of time, he had another plan, a better plan. A plan not to destroy the world, but to rescue it. A plan to one day send his own son, the rescuer. Thanks for reading this story with me, guys. I hope that you enjoy. Hey kids, we are going to be starting our craft right now. What our craft is we're going to be doing a cross, and then we're going to be doing a great colorful background of your guys' choosing, your guys' colors, whatever you guys want to do to decorate the outside of it. So to get started, we will start with the supplies. So the supplies that we're going to need is a piece of paper, and then some tape, some scissors, and some crayons, colored pencils, or markers, whatever you guys like to color with, your guys' color of choice. I also have put a background of paper on the back, and that's just to keep it so that when I'm coloring, I don't get it on the table, which I'm sure you guys' parents would love. Let's get started. So we'll put the paper right here. We'll get some tape. We'll pull it out to about this far on the page. If you guys need help cutting with some scissors, please just ask your parents. I'm sure they'd love to help you. Just cut it straight on there. And then we'll put it onto the paper straight like that. We'll grab another piece that is going to be shorter than the first piece. We'll cut that. And then it's going to go right just like that to make a cross. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our favorite colors. I have already chosen mine. We're going to do a rainbow theme for the Noah's Ark story that we read today, with the rainbow that God symbolized that he would never do that again. So I'm going to be making a rainbow color on the craft today. So I'm going to start by taking just one of my colors, and then I'm going to color it just kind of like this. You guys can color it however you want. You can do just random lines. You can do straight. You can just color half a page one color, half a page the other color. It's kind of whatever you guys feel like doing. After you guys have finished coloring your guys' piece, we'll start by taking off the tape. So we'll start from the edge, just peeling it. Make sure to peel it slowly. That way you don't pick up any of the paper with it. If you guys do peel up paper like I am right now, that's no worries. It won't do anything to the paper. You you can just start from the other end to keep it from peeling even more. With this extra, you can just tear it off. And then right in the middle, you can take a darker colored crayon or colored pencil or marker. And write Jesus. Oops. Right in the center. And then you'll do a heart. And then you'll do an M. E. And this is today's craft. Thanks for joining me, kids. It was great coloring with you guys. Thanks so much for joining us for online children's ministry. I hope to see you guys next week.